Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Body of 57-year-old found in Clarendon, no foul play suspected. The semi-nude body of a 57-year-old woman was found at her home in Grantham District in Franklin, Clarendon on Monday morning. She has been identified as Jasmine Brown, a domestic helper. Police said initial investigations have not pointed to any foul play in the connection with the death, but they are conducting further investigations. According to information received, Brown was last seen alive about 10 a.m. last Thursday in the district. She was not heard from or seen over the next few days. Police said around 9 yesterday morning, residents struck her home and discovered her lifeless body on the floor. The authorities were subsequently summoned. Lawmen who arrived on the scene found the body lying face down in her one-bedroom concrete dwelling house. She was clad in a multicolored floral dress, nude lower half, which was appeared to be blood beneath the upper body and a wound to the face. Investigators at the scene said it appeared that the now deceased died from natural causes and that the wound to her face was a result of her falling face first to the ground. It was further observed that several empty pockets of Furazidine, which is used as a blood thinner for persons affected by a blood clot, were found in the house and out in the yard. Residents said they were aware that Miss Brown suffered high blood pressure. Multi-million-dollar robbery disrupts ABM cash services, says NCB. The National Commercial Bank Jamaica Limited (NCB) said ABM and cash operation services will be disrupted because of the security situation affecting its service partner. Yesterday morning, gunmen killed a security guard and injured two other employees of Burlam Limited, making off with $10 million in cash at the Portmore Pines Plaza in St. Catherine. According to police reports, the security guards were delivering money to a Jamaica National Automated Banking Machine (ABM) when they were attacked. NCB says it strongly condemned the recent acts of violence against its local ABM service personnel and providers. While the ABM in question is not directly attached to NCB in this instance, these events will still have a direct impact on our customers' ability to use our ABM services, as our service provider has had the decision to temporarily withdraw their service personnel, the bank said in a statement yesterday. We are working diligently with our service providers to restore normalcy as soon as possible. In the meantime, we encourage customers to utilize digital channels such as our online banking and mobile app. NCB said customers will also experience delays with in-branch, drop-box and customer pickup services as well, and we apologize sincerely for the inconvenience. We urge customers to remain patient as we work with our service providers to restore normalcy and provide the best banking experience to you. NCB further noted, our thoughts are with those who have lost their family members and loved ones due to this senseless act, and we wish for their comfort in this time of grief. Man killed in Old Road, St. Catherine. A man was shot and killed in Old Road, Thompson Pen in Spanish Town on Sunday night. The St. Catherine North Police say he is 32-year-old Anthony Moore, otherwise Kulbupi, unemployed, of Old Road. About 9:30 p.m. Sunday, residents reported they heard loud explosions sounding like gunshots. They summoned the police, who discovered Moore's body with what appeared to be gunshot wounds. He was removed to the nearby Spanish Town Hospital where he was pronounced dead. 2 arrested following gun seizure in Manchester. 2 men are in custody following the seizure of a firearm and ammunition during a motor vehicle checkpoint operation on the Government Road in Asia, Manchester on Sunday. The Asia police say about 10:20 p.m., a Honda-Fit motor car with 2 men aboard was signaled to stop and the driver complied. The vehicle and its occupants were searched, and a black bag containing a .38 revolver and 3 cartridges were allegedly taken from the vehicle. The men were subsequently arrested. The police say their identities are being withheld pending further investigation. Woman on embezzlement charge begins restitution payment. A woman accused of stealing over $700,000 from her employers began making payment towards her restitution at a hearing in the St. James Parish Court on Monday. Maureen Richards, who hails from St. James, has been charged with embezzlement. She is represented by attorney at law Clipper Morrell. According to court record, Richards, who worked as a housekeeper for a couple who operates a business, was assigned the responsibility of collecting money generated by the couple's business. The male complainant, who was abroad at the time, returned to Jamaica on November 7 last year and discovered that between September 1 and November 7, Richards misappropriated a total of $739,000 from the business money she was assigned to collect. At Monday's hearing, Richards told the court that she only took $552,000 and that she had $220,000 in her possession to begin paying restitution payment. At that moment, the male complainant, the only complainant present, informed the court that he had spoken with Richards and that they had reached an out-of-court settlement. The sitting judge, Sasha Marie Smith-Ashley, then informed both parties that she would prefer something in writing for formality. The case was briefly adjourned so that the parties could speak with a probation officer who was present in court to formalize the agreement. When the matter was revisited, Merle informed the court that her client had agreed to repay the money in installments. Richards then paid $220,000 to the complainant for her first installment, with another $110,000 due to her next court date, March 27, and another $110,000 due on April 27. Owing to the complainant's difficulties in attending court, the judge instructed to arrange for someone to collect the money on his behalf each month. Richards' bail was subsequently extended until March 27. Children in school fights and parents to participate in restorative justice sessions, says Williams. Children who are involved in school fights and their parents or guardians will be required to participate in at least 10 weeks of restorative justice practice sessions. Minister of Education and Youth Favor Williams made the revelation while speaking at the African Worship Service at the Evangelic Temple Deliverance Center in Portmore, St. Catherine on Sunday. Noting that there have been several incidents of violence in schools recently, Mrs. Williams said the sessions will help to prevent such incidents.
We're saying to our parents all across the length and breadth of Jamaica that we know that many of you wake up and you do well by your children, but there is that minority whose bad influence is overwhelming the education system. And we want to tell our parents that children who fight in school, we are going to be requiring you as the parent or as a guardian and the student to go through at least 10 weeks of restorative justice practices. We've joined with the Ministry of Justice to ensure that we bring that into our schools. It's a situation in which the victim and the perpetrator get together to take responsibility for what has happened. We also want to take our parents and their students or the guardians through counseling so that we can begin to have understanding all around as to what is causing this.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification